The following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at NYE Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my NYE VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyevwofrome.com.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when three top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish, and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
The Disruption Network is making moves. For upcoming events, news, interviews, and new daily programming, keep in the loop with us at DisruptionNetwork.net. Like, follow, and subscribe to all our social media. And check out all our podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Get up on the D, DisruptionNetwork.net.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Ah, there's that faccia.
Beautiful, faccia brutta.
Faccia brutta.
Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? This is Big D Potato. You are listening to EC Radio.
Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you will support all of our sponsors. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
Disruption Networks. EC Radio. Disruption Networks.
Broadcasting high above the Todd Williams Broadcasting Complex in the Apple Box Video Studios. It's EC Radio. What up, everybody? I am wired on Utica coffee today, people. Wired right up, man. I love it. Love it. It is me, Z. How are you, people? Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. See, Wednesday, I never know what day it is.
Yeah, me neither.
Never know what day it is.
I don't even care anymore.
Don't even care.
Doesn't matter. Every day's Friday to me.
JP Miller joining me today.
What's up?
My buddy, compadre, podcast host yourself.
Yeah.
And we got to get you back going again, man.
Yeah, I've been just so busy.
Yeah.
So busy. It's like, I don't know how you do this on a daily basis.
And still work two other jobs.
Dude, it's amazing.
I love it, though.
It really is.
I love it.
It's awesome to have the control, though.
This is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep grinding and grinding and grinding.
Yeah, you'll make it someday. You are the next Joe Rogan.
I don't know about all that. But before we get into our conversation, I got to give some love and respect out to my friends from Utica Coffee. We were hanging out with them today, and we scored a new sponsorship with Utica Coffee. So big ups to Heather and Frank, and thank you so much for believing in the D. We got a whole bunch of coffee, so I'm going to be talking Motor Mouth for the next probably 2 hours.
Awesome. I'm going to give a shout out to the Saranac.
And that's our other sponsor, too. We're surrounded by all the Utica delicious drinks.
They're great. That's why.
Yeah.
They really are.
But Utica Coffee makes some of the best coffee in the world.
No doubt.
Seriously.
And you can smell them from like 4 blocks away.
No doubt.
They pump the smoke out the back.
Yeah, yeah.
What is that? And then I realized it was the Utica Brewery or the Utica Coffee Roaster. roasters.
It smells so good.
So good.
And then you walk a couple blocks up the street and you smell all the hops being brewed at the Saranac Brewery.
Yep.
It's like, what a great little hub.
Utica's awesome.
It really
Isn't
is,
it?
man. Yeah, it's growing and things are happening and they're building stuff and
Right.
they're making high-rise apartments and stuff like that.
Yep.
And, loft apartments, I should say.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Loft
those
apartments,
lofts off of, what is it? It's off the arterial there.
Broad Street.
I hear those are on Broad Street.
Well, there's the ones on Broad Street.
Yeah, but they got the ones that were, what is it, the Burdick building there.
Oh, yes.
Dude, those are gorgeous inside. I saw pictures, but they're big bucks. Mm-hmm. You know?
But they're filled.
Yeah.
They're filled. People are doing their thing, man. It's cool. Things are growing in Utica. It's
No
good.
doubt.
Big ups one more time to my friends over at Utica Coffee. Go check them out. They got the little K-cups now, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you can have, you ever try the Jamaican Me Crazy? Mm-mm. It's really good.
I got to get some.
It's really good. So Jamaican Me Crazy. It's a little more sweeter.
Yeah, you know what? They're great Christmas presents, too.
No doubt.
That's an awesome thing, because when you always say, I don't know what to get someone for Christmas, go hit up the Utica Coffee Roasters and hook people up.
Yeah. The perfect stocking stuffer.
Absolutely.
For your loved ones.
Absolutely.
For your coffee drinker
And it
in
won't
the
break
family.
your bank either.
No, right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. What kind of coffee you drink?
Black.
Black, straight up?
Straight up
That's how you
black
take it?
coffee. Yeah. You know why I was in the car business for a long time?
Were you?
Yeah, and too many people spit in your coffee when you send them out for coffee. You know, you cover it up with everything. So I should just give it to me black. So if there's a loogie floating, I'll know.
do you have a preference of the style of coffee?
No.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter. I'm not really finicky about anything that I eat except for vegan food. I hate it.
Chock full of nuts. You'll go after that too.
Yeah.
It's like my grandmother's coffee, chock full of nuts. Remember that?
Yeah.
In the yellow can.
Yeah. Just not the stuff that they were drinking on that Austin Powers movie. Remember that?
Yes.
I don't want that.
Oh, man. But speaking of things going on in Utica, man, you've been quite busy yourself doing things in Utica.
Yes, sir.
There's been some movie productions in the area.
While Central New York right now is thriving with feature films and all sorts of stuff going on. And anybody that knows me that's watched any of my YouTube or Facebook videos knows that I'm not a fan of Andrew Cuomo, but I will give credit where credit is deserved. Andrew Cuomo is offering ginormous tax breaks to production companies to film here in upstate New York, and people are taking him up on the offer, and it's good for any kind of local actors like myself or anybody that wants to get involved to get an opportunity and not have to go to either Manhattan or LA.
That's incredible. And right now, there's a major one in town right now, but there's been other ones before that one came rolling through.
Yes.
And you were involved with a few of them. Talk about a few of those.
Okay. I really got into I'm like you. I'm a podcaster, radio DJ, stuff like that. But I got into a voiceover for just out of curiosity. Someone's like, you should try this. You have a strange voice. That's how it was put. And I was like, you think they would like that? And they're like, yeah, because nobody really sounds like you. So I auditioned for a main role and I didn't get it. And then like weeks later, they went by and it's a podcast drama. And they would like to animate this. It's like based in the future, and I don't know. It's just a really cool futuristic science fiction type of concept.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and so I got a call back. They said, "Listen, we're gonna go a different route for Cass, who was the main star of this." So I said, "Okay, well." That means I didn't get the job. They're like, well, would you be interested in playing the town drunk? I said, absolutely, I'll do that. So I went out to Syracuse.
What kind of preparations did you do for that role?
You know what? They said, they're like, you could drink, we don't care. But I would have forgot my lines. So, but with voiceover stuff, you have your script in front of you, so it doesn't really matter anyways, you're reading. But I did, I was Benny the town drunk, and that was awesome. So then I just said, you know what? I got involved with searching and found the Loomis Gang documentary that's being brought up. And that is so cool.
That's been in production for a while, right?
It's been in production, yeah, I believe like 2 years, and it's not going to come out till next year either.
Okay.
It's an independent, local people, Andy Wolf and Lori Wolf. Andy's the producer and director. Amazing people. And just the idea behind it to do something based on the Loomis Gang in upstate New York is just so cool, because they were gangster before there was gangster. People didn't mess with those Loomises.
Legendary family up here.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah, it was so cool just to hear the history. So now I got books on it and stuff, so I'm reading up on it. And like Wash Loomis, like one of the leaders of the gang there, they hung him like 3 times.
What?
They couldn't get the job done. They kept hanging him. Yeah. And finally they
all in one night.
Yeah.
Or
and they cut him down eventually. They're like, we can't get it done. So they cut him down. And yeah, I mean, I could be wrong on the whole story because I'm not up to par with all the history, but just I know they hung him 3 times. He's a badass, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, where did they hang him? Like in the town of Madison or something?
Well,
or?
yeah, we shot off of a 9 Mile Swamp, which is in Waterville.
Waterville.
Yeah.
And that's where the Loomis gang was running
That's
around.
where they-
Deansboro,
we
Waterville.
shot on location, yeah.
Madison County, all that area.
It was cold. We were on top of like a big mountain hill, and we were having like a family picnic that day when I shot, and it was cold, but it was cool because wardrobe was awesome.
Yeah, I saw some pictures you were posting on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like the old school Western style.
Yeah, because they didn't have like Western cowboy hats around here. So they used the bowler hats, like the Charlie Chaplin hats.
Okay.
Those were the pork pie hats and whatnot. So we basically they asked us if we could bring our own wardrobe, it would be helpful. But like basically they had like collared shirts like this without the collar. And I tried to, have one, so it just was a mess. So I just contacted Lori. I said, this is not going to happen. She goes, what's your size? And I told her, and she's like, I got some gear for you. So I went up there, and they dressed me, and that was a real fun shoot. I had my handlebar mustache at the time. I grew that out, and I was going to go back and shoot with them when I was shooting another film. But I shaved my mustache the minute I got home because it was driving me nuts. So I was like, I don't have my mustache, and I have an opportunity to do this other film. So I did this other film, which was something also unbelievable that we could talk about too. I don't know the name of the producer, but the production company is called American High, and this dude bought a middle school in Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah. And basically, he bought it for the whole concept of bringing back like the whole Breakfast Club, Brat Pack type of high school theme. And he's doing nothing but buying scripts and shooting movies in this school now.
Wow.
Yes. So they Joey Braggs is in this film called Sid is Dead, and Joey Braggs and Tyler Alvarez, who Tyler's been in a lot of Netflix films. Joey Braggs, I believe he's a Disney actor, but they're younger kids, and the concept of this movie is really cool because they told us about this, so I'm pretty sure I could talk about it since they told us all about it.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's been wrapped.
Been wrapped.
Yes, because you sign this confidentiality thing when you first do this stuff, so you can't talk about it. It's kind of like a gag on you. But basically, this film's about this kid who was getting like kind of bullied in school, and his bully, beat him up or whatever, and got suspended. The bully told him, he said, "Listen, when I come back to school, I'm going to fucking kill you. Not beat you up. I'm going to fucking kill you." So this kid does this bucket list thing where he's got to go, he's going to go and join the hockey team, and he scores the winning goal, and he ends up like making out with the bully's girlfriend. And this, it's just a funny comedy movie, but it was an amazing experience on that one.
And that was all shot at the school?
That was shot right in Liverpool. Yep. There was, there's hundreds of people on set that day. I played a teacher.
Mm-hmm. Where do they get these from? Like in the extras pool or something like that? Where do they get all these
Most people
from?
have some sort of an agent.
Yeah.
A casting agent.
So pretty much everybody in that crowd that day has an agent that they were working with to get him on that set.
To get him on the set.
Copy.
Yep. So that's what I did. And I was fortunate with that because I got my first pink slip, union pink slip. If you get 3 union pink slips, you're SAG eligible, Screen Actors Guild. Mm-hmm. I think I have 7 of them now. So right now it's a really weird situation for me because if you hit 12, then you're mandatory have to join the Screen Actors Guild. I don't want to be in the Screen Actors Guild because the roles that I would be competing for at this point, I don't have a good enough reel and whatnot. So I don't think that I would, be able to score any of these amazing roles. So what I'm trying to do is independents, do some indies and get a lot of good speaking roles and hopefully win some awards. I just did one out at RIT. What was it, Sunday? Yeah, Sunday I went out there and I did one.
Busy, bro.
Dude, that was fun. That was real fun. But I'm starting to realize that if you're good at something, don't do it for free. So so all the stuff that I'm looking up at this point, I just see if it's paid or not. But with the Sid, Sid is Dead, that was all union pay.
Oh, cool.
So it was big time money to be there. I mean, if you show up, you get $180, and then once you hit that 10-hour mark, you're getting paid, and everything always lasts 14 hours.
Yeah, right.
So
it's a lot of waiting around. I was an extra. I did the extra thing for a minute. I was in Casino.
Oh, yeah?
I wasn't in Casino, but I was an extra in Casino.
Yeah.
When I lived in Las Vegas, and Showgirls, the movie Showgirls with Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah, it's fun, right? They feed you. And
If you sit around and you wait around to do nothing, pretty much, and that's what it was. Casino was cool. I got to drive like these old boats.
Yeah.
Like an old school Oldsmobile, and
Right.
just kind of go up and down the
now
old
you didn't have an
landmark.
agent. How'd you get in? Was it just like a?
It was just a thing in the newspaper. I called in, and they said I looked Italian enough, which I did
Awesome.
at the time, and there I was in Casino. You can't really see me in any of the scenes, which is unfortunate, but it was still cool. I still got my stubs from Universal and all that. It's pretty cool, pretty monumental. But yeah, it is a lot of sitting around, waiting around, eating breakfast burritos.
Eating everything. There's just food all over the place.
Yeah.
All day long, they're like, here, eat this, eat this.
Mm-hmm.
So then The Mental State, they shot.
Now, The Mental State is something else.
Completely different movie.
Oh, so wait, you just named off, this is going to be your third movie that you named off that you've been involved with, and then there's the other one that we're not allowed to talk about. Is there more than that?
Yeah, there's more.
Oh, there is. Talk about The Mental State.
Well, The Mental State was cool. One of my favorite heroes, Michael Gladys. I don't know if you know who he is. He's from Mad Men. If you've seen him, you'd be like, oh, I know who he is. He's one of those actors that like most people are like, don't know the name, but as soon as you see him, you're like, I know that dude. So I was really excited to meet Michael Gladys, and he was a sweetheart, just a real nice dude. But that was shot in Kirkville, not Kirkland, Kirkville, which is out by Syracuse.
Yeah, Kirkville Road.
Yeah. So yeah,
right off 690.
Yeah, exactly. So
No worries.
it was at a church. So I was there on set for like 5 days, which was really cool because that's how I became SAG eligible. So that was really awesome to get those pink slips out of the way in case something huge pops up that you have to be Screen Actors Guild, pay the $3,000, join the union, and just get into it. But that was a really the camera loved me in that movie for some reason. I got lucky, and I have a scene. I'm not speaking, but do you know who Alyssa Sutherland is?
Sounds familiar.
She's a supermodel. She's from the show Vikings. She was Travis Fimmel's wife in that show.
Okay.
So I have a really good close-up scene with her as a police officer, like taking a report on me. That's another movie where they're being real hush-hush about it. They won't give you the storyline or anything like that. So you're there, you're like, what the hell are they talking about? You know what I mean? And we had to we shot a scene up at Sylvan Beach, and it was at nighttime. It was a carnival scene at nighttime. And
so right on the Midway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to, it's supposed to take place in Kentucky.
Did they have the rides running and everything?
No.
No. Because those rides have been there since like 1932.
Yeah.
And they haven't been maintenance since.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like, you know the shooter game where you shoot the piano guy in the ass and he plays the piano? Yeah, they were shooting around that. And I was a completely different character in that scene, but the money was right, so I said, yeah, I'll go do it then. But it's supposed to be taking place in Kentucky, so it's supposed to be like 65, 70 degrees. And it was fucking 37 degrees out, dude. We got our sleeves rolled up and stuff like that. I says, this is insane. That's what acting is. Acting is and pretending like you're all like warm and shit, but you're freezing your ass off. So
no doubt.
Yeah.
Did they have to edit out your breath?
I don't know how that worked. Well, you know what? They
probably could see your breath, right?
Well, you know those little propane heaters? They're everywhere. So they're trying to heat an outdoor area too. And it was insane. It was so cold. But that was a good deal because that was also union pay, and we were there for like 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
So you got top dollar to be there for 4 hours, and I was like, sweet.
And what did you do in that one?
That I was a carny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Right
I was like background. But in the beginning part of the movie, like, the coolest part is when The Mental State comes out, check it out. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to have to watch long, which is what I'm like always like, oh, we're going to have to watch the whole movie just to like look for myself. I'm in the opening scene.
Are you really?
I'm sandwiched between all the main actors. So there's like a Pew and what is it? Allison Thornton, who's this really cute Canadian chick, and I owe her a Herkimer diamond. I told her I'd bring her one. But
You're making your little side deals?
Yeah. So she's in front of me, and then like Michael Gladys and all the rest of them are behind me. So the camera shoots like through me, and then it's like a gospel church. So everyone's like, "Hallelujah, praise the Lord!" Oh, we had a great time filming that set. That was so much fun.
That's super cool. When's the release date on that?
That one is probably going to be fall of 19. Sid is Dead is to be announced. Don't know.
And then the Loomis Gang.
They said probably the end of the summer, which I hope so. Because of 19. Which that's the one that I'm really looking forward to, because I always love like History Channel type of documentaries.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah. So I get pumped about watching that. I don't even care about even seeing myself on that. I just want to watch the story of it, you know?
Well, you'll be in that one.
Yeah.
We know you're going to be in that one.
Yeah.
And that story's so fascinating.
Wicked.
And just because it's so gangster. Like you mentioned earlier, we're talking about the Loomis Gang again.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Jay Stevens chimed in and he says he's been to the Loomis Gang house in Waterville, and the sheriff used to live in my wife's old house. Wow, very cool.
That's wicked cool.
Is it like a historic preservation, the house?
A lot of those houses are like historically preserved, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
And are you using the actual houses that they lived in?
I was on a mountaintop scene, like a picnic out there, and they brought this local band. I don't remember the name of them. But it was
the Old Main.
Is that who those guys were? You know
or was it Remsen Social Club?
I don't know. 3 dudes. One of them had a big bass, and
I saw the pictures. Maybe it was Remsen Social Club.
Dude, they were awesome. It was cold out, middle of nowhere, and they're up there jamming on this stuff.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Just the way that everybody got all dialed up, and I mean, everybody was popping jokes and having a good time on that set. So it was really cool. I felt stupid there because there was a lot of historians. So
there was a bunch of historians on set too.
Hells yeah.
How about any like relatives or ancestors or?
I think they're interviewing them.
Yeah.
You know how when they do the cutaway and they do the interview thing, they're still looking for people to do the interview parts. So I think that's what's holding a lot of this up, because they want as much information on this out as possible.
Yeah, because there was a lot of Loomis family out there.
Right.
And we were talking before we got on there. They're proud, and they should be. Well,
I think
I don't know if they should be if they're proud of having gangsters for freaking relatives, but it makes for a cool story.
It does. I think that's where the armored trucks come from. No, the Loomis trucks.
Could be.
I think they base it off that, because I know that they used to rob trains.
They used to rob trains.
Because the Adirondack used to do the Loomis Gang getting robbed shit back then and stuff.
They still do.
They do?
Yeah.
Wicked.
And what's the story? Like, they weren't allowed to come back home, the kids, unless they robbed somebody?
Right. Like the children, like, going to school, they're like, listen, you don't come home unless you steal something, whether a pencil or some eggs or something. It was the
scumbags.
Yeah, the mother was played by Lori Wolf, the producer and director's wife. She was so awesome, and she played like this mean asshole lady. I was like, she's so nice in real life, but she's playing, we're gonna kill you for this type of deal. I was like,
but that's the story. The mom ran the whole organization, right?
Yeah,
she was like the ringleader behind everything.
Yeah, she was the backbone.
Did they hang her too?
I don't think so. See, this is where when I was on set, I was like, oh man, because I felt stupid because, like I said, a lot of these people, like, they actually went after historians because they all had the wardrobe anyways. They're like, anybody that's in it, and I just wanted to add this to my resume.
Yeah,
I was like, wicked cool. I'll have definitely cool stuff for my reel, and it's gonna look great on my resume. So I did it, and that was my last unpaid gig. I'm not saying I wouldn't do unpaid gigs anymore if they're that cool.
Yeah, if it's like a Scorsese flick or something,
awesome.
right?
Yeah. I mean, if the premise is really, really cool. My friend's, he wrote like a screenplay thing. You know how those 7-minute short films are like huge now? Dude, it's so bad. I'm not going to give that one away. But it's going to be like some hillbilly, Hills Have Eyes, just kind of like rapish, scary shit. I'm like, I'll do that. That's the main reason I don't want to do the union thing, because you can't do independent stuff anymore. Once you're in the Screen Actors Guild, they cut you off. So
the Loomis Gang had millions of books written about them too, right?
Yes.
Like thousands.
Yes, I have one at my house.
Yeah. I
read like the first chapter, and then I just got busy reading all these scripts and stuff like that and trying to learn lines here and there, so I didn't get through it yet. But it's that's something I'm going to finish reading. And there's like 4 or 5 different like really good books about it. So yeah, these old-time historians on set were like, what do you mean you don't know anything about this? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
What's the time frame of that era?
1952 or 1852.
1852.
1852
Okay, so
is when it was supposed to be shot at.
middle of the 1800s.
Yeah.
And then when did they all fall? Do you know?
Not long after that.
Not long?
No, because they went after
They had
this
a short
Wilkins
run?
guy. This he was like a sheriff or a deputy. This Wilkins guy. Everybody else folded to the Loomises. They all said, because they were extorted. There were so many of them, and they said, listen, if you don't do this, we'll kill you. We'll do this. We'll do that. So basically, what happened with this Wilkins guy is like, fuck you guys. You're bad, and I'm gonna, so then they went after him. I don't know how it ends. That's one of the things that I always like. I don't want to read the whole script. I like to read what I'm in because I want it to be a movie too.
And you got to practice your stuff too.
Dude, it's so hard.
Yeah.
A lot of it is really difficult. For instance, the independent film that I did the other day, it's for a senior thesis, and these kids were legit. They all their cues were right, and their gear was right. But my very first take was the camera. Like, I don't know if people realize this. Like, it's not like studio shooting. Like when you're shooting like a sitcom or something, you have a camera here, camera here, camera here. And when you're doing motion picture film, it's one camera. So they just shoot it a million times. They'll shoot me and you, and they'll put it on you, and then they'll shoot you and me, and they'll put it on me, and then shoot me and you, put it on your feet, and you got to go through the motions over and over and over. So I end up there, and they had already shot the scene like a week before, but now I'm the guy that they were talking to. So they were all talking to the pole when they were doing this stuff. So when I get there, all of a sudden the camera's just on me, and they're like, okay, you ready? Do your shit. So they're talking, and I'm like, fuck, line. So I did it, but after like the second take, I was on point with it. I had it all pretty memorized, but it's just really, scripts are a funny business because not everybody writes a script the same way either. So where you are used to a normal script, and then once you get your hands on something, you're like, this is kind of in the right format. But then you're like, do I really need to know what Z says and Chicken says, and everybody else says? It's like,
Just practice your shit.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I just want to know. What's my cue? When Z says shit, then I say, okay, that's what I do.
That's when you jump in. Huh?
Yep. So it's really fun. It's interesting. I don't know how far I want to take this. Because
do you have things booked in advance?
No. I just get a call.
It's all by calls.
I'll get an email, and I usually get a couple a week. And I've declined a lot of stuff, just because I don't feel like I'm at the point where I'm capable of doing certain roles, or if it doesn't pay enough, that
or time too, because you do own a business too,
I
which we will talk about in a second.
I do.
That's another one of the hats you wear.
I do. So it's really, how far do you want to take this thing? And really, it's like, because I work with this nice young girl who's a casting agent, and she finds all the roles and stuff like that. So she'll hit me up with some stuff, and if I like it, I'll just say, all right, I'll do it. And you have to have your whole day free. It's, you get there at 5:30 in the morning, you might go home at 2 in the morning.
Right.
It's just like, oh my gosh, what were we doing here?
Yeah.
So
they eat up a lot of time.
They do, but it's a lot of fun. It's so hard to make it in this industry. It's like, if you're going to think you're going to be the next Will Smith or Marky Mark,
right?
Get the hell out of here.
Exactly. But it's good to network when you're sitting around,
and that's exactly what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're sitting around, and like, you meet a million people, like, hey, what do you do? We're, and everybody just, that's all you do. You network, and how are you finding gigs? What are you doing? This and that. And then I talk to a lot of the people that are in the Screen Actors Guild. My friend Danielle Rose. Danielle, if you're watching, what's up, darling? She's so cool. She gave me a lot of the pros and cons of it, and she's been in everything. War of the Worlds. She just shot one with Adam Sandler over the weekend out in Connecticut. So if you're willing to move and drive around and do stuff, then you could make this a full-time gig. You could just be background extra and make $80,000 a year.
Don't you feel, though, being in Utica, and now that things are starting to happen movie-wise, productions are coming to the area now, don't you feel like Utica's so centrally located? Like, you drive to New York in 3.5, 4 hours.
It doesn't matter.
And get down there.
I didn't want to do the Rochester thing. But, once you're there, it's like, shit, this only took 2 hours.
It's only 2 hours.
Yeah. Who cares?
That's why I feel like Utica, and I tell this to the bands all the time, too, and Utica is centrally located where you can go make Utica home.
Yep.
Or you live in Herkimer.
Right,
or, make the area home. And then just, venture off here. Venture off to, drive 3 hours to Buffalo, or drive 2 hours to Rochester, or Toronto. Toronto's a couple hours away. We gotta bring your aunt on.
You should come on. Come on. Why not?
You don't want to be on. We do got to mention you brought your aunt. Into
Yeah,
the
we're gonna
studio.
go Christmas shopping after.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's awesome. We
Yeah.
do everything together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's important. Family's so important.
She's
in the
a
end.
huge proponent of upstate New York, and because she's heard me bitch about it for so many years about how there's no opportunities up here and this and that and everything else. There is if you look for it, but I could understand why so many people struggle up here.
Yeah.
You know, like we were talking on the way up here, how, what is it, Dunkin' Donuts or something, paying $12 an hour or something like that, which is good for a lot of people. But I'm just like, fuck that. It's a thankless job because, I mean, people coming in, like yelling in your face because your coffee's cold or anything else like that. It's very hard to make a decent living up here. But like, I feel like this should be coined like Central Wood or something like that, because this central New York right now is thriving with movie opportunities, and they're just bringing all sorts of people in here. What is it? One of the Baldwins lives in fucking Syracuse now?
Not Danny Baldwin.
Steven? No, not
No.
Billy?
No. He's got the radio show.
Paul?
I mean, he's got the no, I can't remember. He does have a radio show.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be yelling
He's
at us
on, like,
in a
yeah,
second
I know.
right now.
It's one of the Baldwins.
It's one of the Baldwins.
Is it Danny Baldwin?
But they're from Syracuse.
Their mom is from Syracuse.
Okay.
And that's their roots. It's Carol Baldwin. If you ever see the Carol Baldwin Foundation, it's research for breast cancer. And that has a lot to do with the Baldwin family.
Right.
And is it Danny Baldwin? It's going to drive me crazy now.
But
he has a local radio show in Syracuse.
Yeah.
It's a ESPN sports show that he does on Galaxy, and he's been doing it for a couple of years now. And
if you think about the different geography here too, like you could go in the Adirondacks and you have snow-capped mountains or the big pine trees, or you could have fields around here, and our cities are old, which is cool. You know, we have a lot of really good reasons to be filming up here. Plus, we go through all 4 seasons, which my aunt loves, all that too.
I do too.
You know what I mean? I do, but I get sick of it.
Even though we didn't get a fall this year, when it was rain. Fall was nothing but rain.
Yeah.
But anyways, I like the 4 seasons. But you're right, winter can drag out a little
Winter's
bit
too long. If winter was 2 months, I'd be like, cool. But thus reasons, like with the mental state one that I filmed, we had a hell of a time because there was a scene outside with a kid pulling a hay wagon with a bunch of kids on it, and there was a shooter. And they come back, and I have to run out and grab my kid off the wagon and shit like that. But one day it was like dusky or overcast type of day, right? And the next day it was sunny as hell. So they're like, well, we can't shoot this scene today, so we moved on to another one. The next day, it snowed. So now I'm like, what are you guys going to do now? You know what I mean? And then the snow melted the next day. So, I mean, you really have to compete with the weather up here. The one that they're filming here in Utica right now, they know that it's going to snow. So they're familiar with what's going to happen with the snow and whatnot. But, yeah, that's we got a huge actor running around the town, and he's really cool. You talked about him on
I have mentioned him a couple of times now. He's been here for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like 2
I
weeks.
just don't know as if I'm allowed to.
Yeah,
say
I don't
anything.
want to get you in trouble.
But he's wicked awesome. He's definitely really cool. Everybody on the set was really cool, and there's like 1 or 2 Utica dudes that have I complimented them after because they had some significant camera footage where they, came up to the camera acting like thugs and stuff. And it was his first time actually ever on a movie set. And I looked at him, I said, you don't even realize what just happened. He was, very humbled about it. Didn't really realize that it was a big deal. I'm like, dude, people do this shit for years and never get called up on screen to be with an Oscar winner actor like you just did. He's like, word? I'm like, hell yeah.
And that was his first time?
First time ever. First hour on the set ever in his life. And he's on the scene, with this celebrity guy. And it was
how cool is that, though?
Wicked cool. I was very happy for this guy. I was a drug buyer in that scene. And you know what? The whole time I was doing it, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, motherfuckers don't sell drugs like this here, because they had like dudes like on the street where you walk up to them, tap them, and you get you just walk into a fucking house and one knock on a door and slide your money on. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, we don't do this kind of shit up here.
I just had the cop knock. Actually, it was just like
yeah,
the 1-2.
Yep.
Go to the spot.
Yep, slide it through. Hope you don't get bit by the dog.
Did you tell the producer that? It's like, that's not how we do drug deals here.
I wasn't. I'm not gonna critique their shit.
I gotcha.
Should get kicked off the set real quick. But yeah.
Do you have any preparation for that role?
No, never. Like I said, I talked about the preparation. It doesn't work that way. That's how we do it up here. Or somebody just fucking delivers it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at Walmart.
Yeah. Bring it to my house. Who cares?
Yeah, right. Exactly. JP Miller in the house with us, talking about all the great things happening in Utica movie-wise in the area. And then Liverpool, Rochester. I mean, here in central New York, there's all this stuff going on.
Yep.
And there's going to be some featured movies
huge
here.
stuff.
And the cool thing about shooting film in this area too is the architecture.
Hell yeah.
You know, there's like old school, I mean, for lack of a better term, it's rundown looking, very industrial type of thing. So if that's like the feel you're going for, this is the perfect area for that.
It is. It really is. It's just everything about it. I mean, just look at our trees. We have a million different kinds of trees. Everything but palm trees.
Yes.
So if you need to shoot anywhere up here, you could definitely do it. You wanted some palm tree or a pine tree, like Christmassy looking stuff, we got you. You know?
Janelle's checking in. She says she misses home. So big ups to Janelle. Thanks for tuning in.
Pittsburgh.
She's down in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Right on. If everybody could do us a favor, too, click the share button. Spread the word of the D and JP Miller from Deep Vapors. We got to talk about Deep Vapors. I feel like you guys have been doing, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're talking about the movies.
That's
but
cool.
Deep Vapors is your vape shop over in Herkimer. Let's give the address over there.
308 Mohawk Street.
308 Mohawk Street.
You guys pop in tonight. Anything you want, I'll take 25% off. Just say you saw it on the D.
There you go.
Say you saw it on the D.
I love it.
Sarah will be there till 6 o'clock. You need CBD, e-cigs, e-juice, anything. Well, I'll take 25% off. Or, check this out. I've been doing this. Buy a $50 gift certificate for somebody you love. I'll give you $75 worth of store credit.
Damn.
Right?
Wow, that's a deal right there.
Yep.
That is a deal.
Mention the D.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Promo code the D, if you will. Deep Vapors. Go to Mohawk Street out there in Herkimer. And so the vapor thing right now, especially in New York State, has been kind of in shambles.
Oh,
I feel like they don't know how to regulate it, but they're trying to figure out what to do with it.
They want to stop it,
and they want to stop it.
For them, you got a couple giant players. You have the big tobacco industry,
right?
And you have the state of New York. The state of New York collects $6 per pack of cigarettes. Because I looked into getting a tobacco license. A pack of cigarettes wholesales $2. You state minimal, because they won't let you sell it for less than a minimal price, is like $4.50, and then they throw a fucking $6 sales tax on it. So when I come in here and I say, listen, you could get all your smoking like supplies for a whole month for $20, they're not happy with that. They're not getting their cut of it. So the FDA, who's got to have big tobacco in their pocket at this
point. Absolutely. I mean, that's no question.
They want to ban the flavors because of the Juul pods. These pre-filled pods. Now, we don't sell Juuls. And I've always said, any of these companies that are pre-filling a pod could put any shit that they want in it. Where most e-juice is propylene glycol, vegetable glycol, food-grade flavoring, and nicotine if you want it. Well, who the fuck knows what these companies are putting in? But all the kids are getting their hands on the Juuls because typically vape shops are pretty strict with age regulation.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want kids in there fucking around, and then you get the whole, the kids doing tricks and shit. Yeah, they're 18 years old. They're allowed to do tricks. I don't care what you want to do, man. Fucking put your vape up your ass. I don't give a fuck when you leave. If you're 18 years old, I don't care. So
they got like the vaping Olympics now.
They do. They do crazy tricks, and it's cool. I mean, it's nothing, but most of my customers are over 35 years old.
They're adults.
Ain't nobody looking to blow smokos or tornadoes or any shit like that. They just don't want to smoke anymore.
Right.
You know? So that's really what it boils down to. So then Cuomo jumps on this bandwagon of he wants to ban flavors first. But, you know, this is where I'm not a huge fan of this guy, because he's just crushing brick and mortars in New York, because he's not regulating e-commerce. He's saying I can move, a state over, get all the juice there and just ship it to your front fucking doorstep, but you can't walk into my shop and buy that flavor anymore. It's a ridiculous concept that they don't have their heads wrapped around. So I went on KTV.
Yeah, you did a little media tour, I saw.
Oh yeah,
which is good.
Well,
I got
you know what?
trouble,
I didn't really get in trouble. I got I put a target on my back. I went on KTV, and there was that 2-Pi guy. He came in my store. He said, "Will you talk about this?" I said, "You know what?" And it was like my conscience. One side saying, "Do it, go ahead, get your point across." The other side saying, "These guys are fucking scumbags. Don't do it." And I went with, I trusted him, and I looked at him square in the eyes. I said, don't spin this on me. I'll talk about it. I'll give you some facts. About 95% of my customers buy any flavor but tobacco. Nobody's buying tobacco flavors. They want tobacco, they're going to smoke cigarettes.
Right.
They distance themselves from smoking. So he doesn't take that. He runs some shit where I said, well, if this happens and New York screws me, then I'll just move to Massachusetts and I'll run it. You know what I mean? So then they went over and they interviewed the chief of police in Herkimer, and this guy, this is what irritated me, was because he should have been talking about restrictions. How are the kids getting them? How are they getting their hands on them, and who's supplying it to them, right? He talked about health risks. He doesn't know shit about this. And basically, the comment that made me so upset was, he said, well, if he moves his business to Massachusetts, then he's still contributing to the problem of getting these kids harmful substances and getting them addicted to all these substances. And
There's no proof that it's harmful.
There's no proof that I'm getting kids any shit.
Right.
Like, why are you on the news saying that I'm giving shit to kids and I'm contributing to your, you know what? Be a better fucking parent if you don't want your kids doing this.
And he singled you out.
He's, and the way KTV twisted it, why didn't you run him first?
Oh, they ran it back to back.
No. Why didn't you put his interview first and then let me, be the contradicting part to his whatever? So it really, really pissed me off. And I sent the Herkimer police a message on Facebook, and it was funny because their response was, instead of sending messages and quotes, why don't you come down here and talk like a man?
Oh, wow.
You know how I translate that? I translate that.
You want to fight?
Yeah. Well, why don't you come down here and eat pavement, and then we're going to slap like some kind of disturbing the peace and resisting arrest or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. So I put a video out, and it was starting to go viral, and I said, I better pull this because I'm going to end up like that Seth Rich guy when he was talking shit about Hillary Clinton, just fucking suicided or whatever, botched robbery. Yeah. So I said, I'm going to pull this interview, and or
like cement shoes.
Right. Something's going to happen. So I pulled that off, and but business has been a booming, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, that have been supporting the business for all this. Yeah.
Good.
I mean, if they're going to ban it, stock up now.
Well, that always goes with the saying that, bad press is good press.
It's all good press.
It's all good press. Yeah. It's exposure, no matter how it's twisted.
And the biggest thing is people don't look at it. It's like, because they don't see it. And if I wanted to be up in people's faces about shit, when a daughter who's in her 30s brings her mom in, who has one of those bandanas on her head because she's been having chemo for fucking months, and she has cancer so badly from smoking, but still wants to smoke. And her kids are like, this is the only way this is the only alternative that's 95% safer, at least, people don't see this. They don't see their family members worrying about other people that have just been smoked for a long time. And it's clearly obvious that e-cigarettes are the lesser of the two evils, I'm not sitting here telling you guys that they're 100% safe. I don't want my kids doing them. You know what I mean? I don't, because if 20 years down the road there's some shit that's going to happen, it's not going to be as bad as cigarettes. But it could be any little thing. I don't condone it for young people.
They make it sound like you're handing out bath salt.
Right.
Or with those spice or whatever.
Right.
You don't have any of that, right?
No, we don't do any shit like that. Nothing at all. Just CBD.
CBD.
And CBD,
which is changing the world right now.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's healing people.
It is.
On a daily basis, we're healing people. But, it's once, people all talk all this shit, but it's like, do you guys know anybody that's struggled with smoking? Because most smokers like to smoke. They don't want to quit smoking. They get cancer, they're like, fuck them, now I'm going to die. Yeah. And then my mother, for instance, died in July, had COPD so badly from smoking, smoked till the day she died. She was like, it's over. You know what I mean? Why quit now? So that's really, it's like you people are hindering the health system, the people's health. So it really drives me nuts when people start posting all this negative stuff to try to have this banned, because then when you follow into suit, you don't think about shit like alcohol. Like, the flavors are geared towards kids.
Or cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Which we know causes cancer.
Right. Well, the whole flavor situation, it's like, I was in the liquor store a couple months ago. I saw a cotton candy fucking liquor. Why are you allowed to sell cotton candy liquor, but I can't sell cotton candy e-juice?
Right. Good point.
You know what I mean? It's like, this makes no sense at all that people just, once they get a bug up their ass about something, they go tribal.
Right.
It's just like politics. Like once you have your tribe, it's like, no, they can't be right about any issue. What about stepping in the middle and saying, you guys are dicks and you guys are dicks, and I'm a free thinker. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's really just people don't want to be free thinkers anymore.
It goes along too with when we had Larry Sharp in here, which thank you by the way for bringing
no problem.
Larry Sharp.
I'm
day, which was
disappointed
great.
he didn't win.
Yeah, seriously, we all voted for him around here. But he brought up that New York State is nothing but old money and cannot accept new money. Can't accept the whole. Will not
smash
think
it with a
outside the
stick. He
box.
says
Right, and this is case in point right here, and that's why they're scared of the vapor industry, and they're scared of blockchain and all this new technology trying to come into to New York, and they put a shutdown to it. Uber, look how long.
How about Uber? You got places Yellow Cab won't even go.
Right.
It's so ghetto. But those people that are living the ghetto, why can't they make a couple bucks legally?
Right.
You know, that's crazy.
Old thinking, old money, old politics. And that's the problem with New York State.
That's it.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, and then a huge thing is, too, we're not teaching these kids because, you know, and I struggle with this with schools, and a lot of them lean on one side of the equation, and I struggle. It's like, you're not creating free thinkers with these children anymore either. So basically, we're indoctrinating them to be brainwashed into the same old
we're
politics.
brainwashing them just by this right here.
No shit.
You know?
Yeah.
This is why we're brainwashing.
Ladies and gentlemen, think about all the real stuff. I watched a video on Facebook right before I got here, and they were talking about there was this white lady, and she's talking to these other people, and she goes, all right, anybody in this place that thinks that they would want to be treated like a black person, stand up. Ain't nobody stood up. No shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's time we all start thinking we do treat people certain ways. We do things a certain way. Mm-hmm. And I had a lot of faith in the younger generation saying, no, fuck this. But apparently they're not waking up and smelling the coffee, and they're just following suit with it too. Or they're not voting. It's one of those two things.
Oh, get on the mic, would you? I'm trying to get your aunt on the mic. She wants to join the conversation.
She was a school teacher.
CBD, yeah.
Is helping people a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
CBD. My aunt wants me to elaborate on all the good things for CBD. All right. Well, anti-inflammation.
First of all, what do you sell at your store?
CBD.
No, what form of it though? The cream.
CBDZ. It's sublingual. It's oral. You could just put it in your mouth, vape it, do whatever you want.
It's an oil thing, like a liquid CBD.
Another kind too?
No.
Just that.
I only have the CBD. I don't have the cream. There's not a high demand for the cream. That's a lot of people will use the cream on like joints and whatnot.
Well, my mom uses the CBD and she loves it. She absolutely loves it.
Hop on mic.
Hop on the mic. Nobody can hear you. We can't hear you either. She's cracking me up.
Out of the ones that you sell, how's that helping people?
All right. She wants to know how the ones that I sell is helping people. Okay.
Go through the whole CBD thing.
Sure.
Man. Absolutely.
Sure. CBD, it's a cannabinoid. It's non-psychoactive, so it doesn't get you stoned.
That's the THC part of it.
That's the THC part of it. Everything else that you experience when you smoke weed, you get that. You get the increase of appetite, anti-anxiety. It's good for anti-inflammation. I have people come in for fibromyalgia that use it, and the most of the people that are buying it are not young people because they're probably still just smoking weed. They don't give a shit.
Right.
They're probably 50 plus.
Right.
And I sell boatloads of it because our prices are way better than everybody else's prices. When people buy CBD, they typically are buying a 30 milliliter bottle, which is about this size. And a 30 milliliter bottle, most places will sell it for about $40 plus. Dude, we're selling them for $18.99.
Wow, cool.
Dude, we bought gallons and gallons because the only way to do stuff is to buy it in bulk.
Will you please get on the mic?
Is there a vapor form of it?
Yes, there's the vape. That's the only form I sell. She wants to know if there's a vapor form of it. The only form that I sell is the vapor. It's CBDZ. It's actually, you could put it under your tongue, which is what I do sublingually. I do about 7 drops under my tongue.
What's it taste like?
We flavor it.
You flavor it?
Usually it tastes like a little weedish. You know what I mean? It still has that weed taste. But it's kind of gross too. It kind of tastes like, like if you ever like tried to make like weed oil, like when you were a kid, like out of leaves. Tastes pretty much like that.
Gotcha.
But then we flavor it with whatever flavor you want. So
Does it help with anxiety?
It helps with anxiety. I was on Xanax for years.
Really?
Yeah. And I was always
Not anymore.
No. I wouldn't. I would never even, because it's a barbiturate. I hate big pharma.
Me too.
I think they're so fucking screwy.
Me too.
You know, that's why I like the iboga shit. Iboga.
The iboga plant. Yep.
Yeah. So like, I'm a huge proponent of anything that grows from the earth to you know, it's just,
Plant medicine.
Dude.
We preach that around here all the time.
Dude,
Plant medicine,
that's
it
the
can
way to
help
go.
you. It is the way to go.
you know, and diet too.
Right.
That's another thing that people. How old are you? You're older than me. A couple of years older than me.
I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, I'm 37, right? I just realized, like, I don't know, about a year ago, I started becoming bloated. Like, also, I'm like, every other day, I'm like this big bloated bitch. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with my stomach? I can't drink milk, right?
Oh, lactose.
Dude, so then I start looking into it, and I'm like, okay, so I could eat cheese. Cheese is kind of cool, you know? Then I got into ice cream. Same situation. So over the past year, I've really been experimenting with, you know, milk and stuff like that. They're poisoning us, dude. Like, just the processing of everything.
We know that.
Well, how about what is
Monsanto.
what is it? Gluten? Well, nobody had gluten
Nobody knew
allergies
what gluten
20 years
was.
ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was no such thing as gluten allergies 20 years ago. But with all the GMOs and all this other shit, it's like, yeah, we're making
Exactly.
You know, so
Vaccinations and,
Yeah.
and the modified and the steroids that we're putting in the animals.
I
and-
know.
And the clones and cloning
Right.
chickens and pigs and all the other things. You know, you don't know what they're putting in the food, and that's the sad part about it. And now why you see a lot of mental health issues. Maybe I'm not saying that stems, but I'm saying maybe it's got a little something to do with it.
How many of the mass shooters are on some kind of prescriptions?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
307 mass shootings this year in the United States. Every single one, the common denominator, big farm.
What?
Some kind of pharmaceutical. Some
I thought
kind
it was
of
the
medication.
guns. I thought the guns are doing it.
Yeah, no, it's not. We won't go down that route.
There's none in Canada.
Because Canada, they're too nice. 'Cause
That's
they're-
a great
you know
question.
why?
She asked, "How come there's no mass shootings in Canada?"
And I'll
That's
tell
a
you why,
great-
because they're all stoned. All right, they're all on weed because it's legal up there.
Right.
They're friendly in Canada. I love my Canadian neighbors. To
So
the
do I.
northwest.
So
I
do
love
I.
them people.
I'm a huge fan of them.
Me too.
I interview a lot of the fighters up there, and you know what? The first thing that you realize is the politeness
Right.
out of them. It's like, man, you guys have respect. You're polite. You know.
And that's a great point, Aunt Marlene, right?
Yeah, Aunt
That's a
Marlene.
great point about Canada. Canada, you never hear about a mass shooting in Canada ever, ever, ever.
But there are, in proportion to the
Will you just get on the mic,
on the
please?
mic. You don't even have to.
You won't be on camera. You won't be on camera.
population,
Push the other one over to her.
there are a lot of guns, but no shooting.
Right, there is a lot of guns up there, but no shooting.
People can't hear you. Making it.
Yeah. Nobody can hear you.
You don't have to be on camera. They just
You don't have to be on camera. We can just hear you. Okay.
On? Is their voice
But
up?
she does bring up a great point.
She does.
In Canada, there's never any problems. Is there a big pharmaceutical problem in Canada? Do we know of one? No.
No.
The only thing they argue about in Canada is hockey. And who's better, Mario Lemieux
Or
Wayne
Grizzly
Gretzky?
Bears.
Or Grizzly
Grizzly Bear, okay, and that's a silly situation too. I saw it on Rogan where the people in the city like made it so you can't shoot grizzly bears anymore. What'd you say?
What do they argue about?
Talk on that mic.
What do they argue about?
Grizzly bears, because the people that live in these remote areas have to deal with giant bears. It's like, yeah, why can't you have these monsters rolling around? Y'all in Toronto.
Yeah.
You're not getting eaten by bears.
But back to the whole thing of the politics and then the mass shootings and stuff like that. It's so bad, and there is a big problem. Like, for one, what they're putting in our food. Two, everybody, the common denominator, like I mentioned before, is pharmaceuticals or some kind of medication that they're on. That there's an issue. There's a big issue right now, and we need to like put big farm to an end in some way, shape, or form. I know we're never going to be able to erase them.
Oligarchy? That's what it is. We don't run shit anymore.
But where did it go wrong? Where did it go bad? When did it get spun out of control?
And you can't blame one party or the other.
No, you can't blame
They're
anybody.
both complicit with each other. You think they're
Can't
both
blame
not
anybody.
going out to
It
dinner,
happened
having
way
steak
before
dinners with
Obama.
each
It
other?
happened way before Bush and shit. I think the whole.
I'll tell you what, in my opinion, where it went wrong, because typically I lean to the right on a lot of issues, but I won't say that I'm right anymore. After experiencing someone like Larry Sharp, you have to say, fuck these two parties.
Right.
You have to say, this guy is just in the middle. But when I look at history and I see where did shit go wrong, now we give a lot of credit to Ronald Reagan for the economy and this, that, and everything.
The war on drugs.
But he sold us out to the war on drugs, and he sold us out to the fucking banks. That's to the banks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He sold us right out to the bank. So that's just that's really where it boils down. It's money.
Are you a big Netflix guy?
Yeah.
Have you been watching Narcos Mexico?
No.
Get
Too
into
much
it.
reading in that narco shit.
Yeah, there is, but you should get into it. This is really good because it's about the beginning of the Mexican cartel.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with the United States politics and the DEA when the DEA first formed, and it's super.
Dude, they're all.
It's amazing. I mean, you got to read a little bit.
Yeah.
But come on.
I wish I just spoke Spanish.
You sound like my girl. She said, I don't want to read
Oh, I
subtitles.
read the whole thing. What did I watch the other day? Oh, Inglourious Bastards. Great movie. Too much reading. It's like Tarantino. You couldn't have just made it so, we get it. They're in Germany. Just translate the shit for us, all right?
Yeah.
Or French or whatever. It's like, but what a good movie that was, too.
We went down the political rabbit hole today. I can't believe it.
We always do.
I try not to.
It doesn't matter because it's not like, because we're both the same. We're not sitting here saying.
I'm in the middle, man.
I'm not defending the left. I'm not defending the right.
Right.
There's issues on the left, especially social issues, that I completely agree with. Yeah. I mean, look, dude, I'm the only person that I know that's ever fucking roasted the LGBTQ community, and I fucking
locally.
Yeah,
there's been roasts out there.
You think?
Oh, absolutely.
From straight dudes though?
Probably.
It's a scary situation.
Like, I mean, Jeff Ross does it all the time.
Well, you had Larry on.
Larry Katroop.
Yeah,
who was
my
checking in a little
homeboy.
bit.
I love Larry. And when he asked me to do it, I was like, I don't know about this. Because anybody could have taken one of my clips out of content and just labeled
spun
me
it on you.
a gay basher or whatever.
But that's a roast, dude. People got to understand it's a roast.
He told me, he gave me guidelines. Larry's like, you can't say this, you can't say this.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I'm saying all that fucking shit. I don't
all in 10 times harder.
I did. It was funny. We had a really, really
Don't
good time.
tell me
with
what
it.
I can't say.
Oh my god, that would stand-up comedy. Because I practiced for that. That's a terrifying thing. It really is. I didn't get heckled, and I think I could have handled anybody that was in the crowd anyways, as far as like intellectually heckling them back or putting them in their place. But stand-up is it's a funny thing, dude, and especially when you're roasting, the people that you really can't say shit about. Like right now, I wouldn't say shit to them because I love them all and I respect
Who were you
them.
roasting, actually?
Everybody. Larry Katroop was the main person.
He was the main guy? Okay.
Yeah, it was the roast of Larry. So,
But you got to roast everybody on the dais and,
oh
and
my
then,
god,
and in the crowd. And
I murdered them. And you know
Nice.
what? That's Larry said it too. He said when he came out and he did like his whole MC thing. He says, "Listen, just take for granted that none of these people are professional comedians." He goes, "Maybe JP Miller." But everybody else is just completely, and they were good, but they obviously didn't put in as much time and work as I did on mine. And as I was sitting on the dais with these people, not getting roasted, I'm like, you fools, you have no idea. Because I told them, I said, I'm not going to do it unless I go either last or second to last.
I'm not first.
No way. I'm not warming them up, dude.
I like going first.
Oh hell no.
I like setting the bar. That's what we just did with my boy Chuck.
You did it?
I want to go first. And
Oh,
they're like,
really?
All right. And then everybody got mad at me
Really?
because they didn't want to follow.
Well, it's tough because you could ruin the set for everybody else
Yeah.
too. You could just murder them all. And I did. I mean, I was at some point like talking about cutting one dude, scrotum off, and sewing a nut sack for this chick, and it was a nutty situation, but we had fun with it, and they responded very well to it.
It's a roast. You got to have,
You want to know how much cum Larry Katroop has?
how much?
A buttload. I love you, Larry.
That was a good one. You're so shot. But we should put one together, man. I was thinking about doing another one.
You want to be roasted?
I already have been.
Oh man, I don't know if I can
we'll
handle
do it
that.
again. I don't care.
Dude, how was it getting roasted?
I loved it.
It was? Were they
Yeah.
brutal with you though?
Oh yeah.
They were?
Yeah, it was a brutal night. It was probably the funniest night of my life.
I don't know. I mean, I know people think that terrible shit about me, but I don't know if I want to hear it though.
Yeah, it takes a lot. I just kept drinking Jameson, and then by the time I got up there, it was just like no holds barred. I kind of went off the script that I wrote out.
I'll roast you.
Started
I don't
roasting
mind. I don't
everybody.
mind it. You want to get roasted again?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's roast chicken.
That's easy.
It is.
Roasted chicken. But yeah, we're thinking about doing another roast for
That'd be
sure.
great.
We got to find somebody, and it has to be for charity though.
Oh, absolutely.
It has to
You
be
know
for
what I
charity.
did during this roast was a brilliant idea. Larry's mother, Janelle, who was in Pittsburgh. That's Larry's mom who said, "Hey,
Is it really?
yeah."
Wow.
She
And that's why she's asking for Larry to buy her CBD oil. For Christmas.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. She made a grave mistake of posting. I think it was Larry's 7th grade picture where he's like grunged out with his spiky hair and he looks like such a fucking dork. So what I did was immediately, I had like 24 hours to do this. I got a hold of my friend. I said, "Can you put this on a T-shirt for me?" And she's like, "Yeah." So she put it on a T-shirt. So I went up with like a 3-piece suit on, and I started my set. And during the set, I was like, well, because everybody, you know, is a bunch of drag queens and drag kings, and I had like fake mustache on and big glasses. I said, "Oh, I thought we were all supposed to be pretend today." You know what I mean? I said, "Oh, fuck this. I'm JP Miller," and I took off all my shit, and I had this stupid, goofy fucking shirt of Larry on, right? I auctioned that shit off after. I gave all the proceeds to breast cancer. It was a great time, and you know, it was nice that people actually bid on it too. So it was a good time.
What was the charity for?
Breast cancer.
Breast cancer?
I don't know what foundation it was.
Oh, very cool.
But Larry always does stuff. I don't think he collects a dime for any of the shit that he does, and he does so much for the community.
He's a great promoter too.
Oh my god,
he does some
He's
great
an amazing
events,
dude. He really is.
Yeah.
Like it was a really a blessing to meet him because he's going to be one of my best friends for the rest of my life. He's just really just genuinely awesome human being. So Larry, love you, brother.
Sarah Lynn Lawrence is saying she wants to roast you.
Oh God, no.
No?
That's the old lady.
Oh, okay.
She's down in Deep Vapors right now. Honey, give out 25% discounts to anybody that mentions the D.
There you go. I love it.
They come in and give you the D, then I don't know, give them 50.
Promo code the D. I love it. Go to Deep Vapors. Give the address 308 Mohawk Street.
Yes, sir.
308 Mohawk Street in Herkimer.
Yep.
Go over to Deep
Right by
Vapors.
Stewart's.
You got a promo code if you mention Disruption Network today, and he'll give you a sweet discount. Sweet discount on CBD, and you do e-juice. You also have clothes over there too, right?
Yeah, we got T-shirts, hats, purses. Oh, the cutouts. Shit, I should have brought you a cutout. I really should have.
What's a cutout?
Like those like the stand-ups of like Donald Trump and stuff like that.
Okay.
I have those of animals. I have like a 7-foot grizzly bear standing up. There's we have something like 77 cutouts. And if you guys are looking for like weird Christmas present type of shit, we have a lot of the Disney princesses and stuff like that, which people will buy. But like I got like a silverback gorilla, dude. How cool is that? You know, we sell them for like $15. Charlie Seeley, 15 fish.
25 peppers.
You get him on the show?
No, I need to though.
I was at his house for the Thanksgiving Eve. He does it every single year. I've grown up with his boys, so I was up at his house on Thanksgiving Eve. I've been hitting Charlie up for podcasts for like over a year now. I don't think he knows what a podcast is.
Right.
You know, I'm like, dude, I just want to just pick your fucking brain.
Right. I just want to have a conversation with the guy.
Dude, he's awesome. He's one of the most genuine, generous. Everything about him is absolutely good in nature. He's, you know, I've seen him get a little pissed off and you'd be like, all right, you know, but who doesn't, you know? And it's mainly because they're jerk offs. You know what I mean? Charlie is an amazing human being. If you could get Charlie on the show, it would be a blessing. I want to come on when Charlie's on.
Back in the day, and he still has his infomercial out now, but back in the day, and to me, he's the original dude putting out infomercials.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean,
oh, yeah.
Growing up in the 80s, and he was always on late night television.
Yeah.
25 peppers for this.
All the spots.
45 beans for this.
Right.
You come on down, I'll take good care of you. And one night, I was working out in, I think it was Rochester or Buffalo, and this is back 20 plus years ago. I'm staying in a hotel and turning through the stations, and boom, there he is in Buffalo. It was Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, Charlie's all the way out here,
Holy
too.
shit.
Like, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Dude, he's amazing. It was on my Facebook memories a couple days ago, like, top 3 people to, like, interview at one time or, like, all have together at one time. I would want Charlie Seeley, Mike Tyson, and Bill Murray all in the same room at the same time. How awesome would that be?
Wow, that's a good question, too. I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just, you know, you might want to throw Britney Spears in just because she's a fucking...
You need a female in there?
Yeah, just because you got to throw a chick in there. But other than that, just Mike Tyson, just Mike and Charlie. Put Mike Tyson and Charlie Seeley together.
Mike Tyson's a good one. I'd love to talk to Mike Tyson.
Me too. I would really love to talk to Mike Tyson. I would love to just like show up at a bar with Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Just ain't nobody gonna say shit to you. What are you gonna say? Park rate and handicap. People might be like, "What?"
Genesee Joe was on the show last week, and he asked me a question like, who would be your favorite person you'd ever want to interview? And I went with Derek Jeter, but today, you know who I'm going with? I think I'm going to go with Vince Vaughn.
Really?
I would love to interview Vince Vaughn.
Why?
I don't know. Every day, and I told him every day would probably be somebody different.
Yeah.
But he would be one.
It's true.
Joe Rogan, too. I'd like to put Rogan on
I
that
know,
one, too.
I know. But Rogan's so mainstream right now. It's like he's still so humble, but it's like we are ants. You know what I mean? It's he knows that we all like really admire him and everything, but it's like he doesn't even read his comments anymore. You know why? Because he's fucking smart.
Right.
Because
you can't.
You can't. You know, you can't read the dickhead talking shit.
They should change his name to Joe Podcast.
They should.
You know,
he's
Joey
the king.
Podcast. He is. He's
absolute
like,
king.
people hear podcasts. It's the first thing they associate podcasts with is Joe Rogan.
Right.
You know?
Right. Eddie Bravo had posted some shit about because they showed like the ratings on I don't know if it was like iTunes or whatever. And his the Fight Companion, where him and Eddie Bravo and Brendan Schaub, they're all just sit there and get stoned and supposedly watch the fights. They barely watch the fights, and they talk shit about everything else. And it's the #1 podcast ever. And he's like, if marketing knew this 20 years ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, the TV industry is starting to pick up on the vulgarness.
Yeah.
You know, remember Married with Children was like the worst show on earth back then?
Still one of my favorites.
But it's so mild compared to everything else nowadays.
True.
You know what I mean? When that was out, people are like, oh, it's so bad. You're going to go to hell for watching Married with Children. It's like,
It still holds up to this day, though.
Shit.
Like comedy-wise.
Yeah. Well,
still hilarious.
What's it? Joey Tribbiani was on it.
Was he?
Yeah, he was like an extra. He played Vinny.
Matt LeBlanc?
Yeah, Matt LeBlanc.
Oh, that's right. He played Kelly Bundy's boyfriend.
Vinny.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He even did the look, you know. This is so funny. Great show. But yeah, I mean, it's all changed so much. The whole
He's changing the game. Rogan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rogan's changing the game for sure. And like you said, now TV's starting to pick up on it.
Well, the country's become desensitized.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? We know what's going to happen now. People are going to say bad words. You know, it's like on cable. You watch Walking Dead, they're swearing, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's, we don't care. We're just desensitized at this point.
You're right.
So it is what it is. So that's all you people that got offended with my my rebuttal video on KTV because I said a couple too many fuck words.
That's okay.
Relax.
Like you never heard it before.
Yeah. I'm the first person that's ever said it 40 times in 20 minutes or more.
Oh, man. Always a great conversation with you, bro. I feel like you should do something around here.
I should.
I know.
Like
we
what?
talked about
Clean
it.
the windows or something?
No, grab the mic and do your own show, bro. Do your own thing. Always good conversations with you, bro.
I know. But it's like that's why I respect you because it's a lot of work getting your guests, making sure they're going to fucking show up. You know what I mean? It's a grind. It's a wicked grind.
It's a grind. It's fun though. I love it.
And you always want a better guest. You know what I mean? Better than the next one. But it's like, what's better than the next one?
You try to top
They're
yourself.
all awesome. You know?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Frank. That's
Frank.
That's my buddy Frank.
Someone popping in?
Yeah, of course.
I scared her earlier. I said, they're kind of in the ghetto.
we are.
I says, don't stare at anybody.
Just look down
Keep
and
your
walk.
keep your head forward and just keep going. She's like, what do you mean?
That's
She's like,
funny.
did you bring a gun with you? I'm like, no.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Before we get out of here, though, plug your Deep Vapors.
Yeah.
You have a website as well?
No, just on Facebook.
Just Facebook?
Yeah. No, Deep Vapors, 308 Mohawk Street, Herkimer, New York. We'll be having great deals. I mentioned the buy 50, get 75 credit deal. I know a lot of people don't want to start that high, so let's do something. Let's do, you want to go in and buy a gift certificate for $25, I'll give you 30.
Wow, that's
No. Let's make it 35.
35.
35 or 25.
Do I hear 40? 45, 50.
We got all the e-juices, the CBD juices. I'll do on CBD. You want to pop in there? I'll do, and I already warned everybody we're raising the price on this. I do a 2 for $25 deal. Get your asses in. I'll get you 60 milliliters of CBD, 500 milligrams for $25. Come see us. And I'll just mention the D.
I love it. Thank you, man.
You're
Appreciate it. Promo code. Anytime you have an event or any kind of sale, whatever, please use our platform.
I will.
Man. I tell these people all the time, please use us. This is what
Dude,
we're here.
you're the
We're here to
biggest
give out some information right now.
You're the biggest podcast in upstate New York by far. Yes, you are. Who's bigger than you?
Oh,
Who's bigger than you? Being all humble. No,
stop it.
Shucks. No, who's bigger than you? Nobody.
No,
you guys are the shit. You guys are the ones that have been killing it and doing it.
I don't look at it like that, man. I just do it.
I know you don't look at it like that, but
it's
me
not
being a podcaster, I respect what you do because you guys have the grind. I mean, you got the D line. What's the baseball one?
The baseline, which is a matter of fact,
baseline.
Thanks for mentioning it. They're going to do their MVP awards tonight.
Yep.
So they're coming on to do their baseball.
Got Adeline killing it.
Adeline's
dude,
killing
she's
it.
so gorgeous too.
Ease beats and bits. Adeline is.
She's gorgeous.
And speaking of Adeline, she's my guest tomorrow.
Is she?
Yeah, because we're going to move her show to Tuesday afternoon. So
Cool.
we're making that announcement. Not that I just mentioned it now, but
Yep.
she's going to come on tomorrow. I haven't seen her in a while. She's been on vacation. She's been busy, man.
Yeah.
She's killing it. That woman kills.
She married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Yeah, she's wicked sweet and nice.
She is. And she's fun to hang out with. Like Adeline's that girl you can go drink beers with and have a great time and laugh and
Right.
you know, and she's just a great friend.
Everybody that you have in this production company is absolutely amazing. You know, they're
True.
It's you lucked out where you didn't just roll in with a couple of D bags because I worked with.
Oh no, I did at first.
Oh, you did? I did too. I had a pretty successful podcast, but my partner.
That's for an off-air conversation with both of us. But anyways.
Well, yeah. So, but you guys are doing awesome.
Thank you, man. I
No
appreciate
problem.
the kind words, and you too. Keep killing it. Keep grinding. You got all these movie things going on and
Something's gonna
stuff.
Dude, next year's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
when
We'll have to look
they all
forward
start
to.
popping, and I'd like to get another 15 in before 2019's over. So
We lived a blessed life, man.
We do.
We do. I count my blessings and thank everybody every day for this. This has been a great life.
Yep.
And looking forward to.
I'm thankful that I even have my aunt here that I'm going Christmas shopping with her.
Are you going to buy her something?
She'll get a nice present.
Ah, nice.
She's awesome. I'm glad we got to hear her voice because she's been throwing it over the shoulder.
Right. She didn't want to come on today. I can't blame her though.
No.
But thanks so much, man. Samantha Jean saying she loves you.
Oh, love you too.
And then Rhett Denny says, let me do a podcast with you.
Sure, man.
Cool.
Well, anybody want a podcast, just hit me up. I'll talk whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. What do you guys want to talk about?
Exactly.
I'll give you the mic.
That's the best thing about it, too, is just having this natural conversation. I don't prep. I don't write anything down unless it's a big guest or,
Right.
But if we're
Right.
just sitting here having a normal conversation with whoever, it's just, let's talk.
Yeah.
Tell me what you
have
got going on.
script, and it's usually the good stuff comes out after the half-hour mark.
Right.
Then you start rolling into whatever,
Yeah.
I like getting them drunk, too.
I was going to say, that's where the alcohol kicks in.
Yeah, you get them shit-faced. They're like, saying all sorts of weird stuff.
Indeed. Man, before we get out of here, I got to mention tomorrow, Chicken and I are headed up to NYE Volkswagen in Rome. Their showroom is located at 5865 Taberg Road in Rome. And we're going to do this little segment up there with our boy Mike Sacco and his boys up there. We've got a really cool, interesting segment that we're going to do tomorrow right around noon, 12:30. So tune into the D for that. There's another place doing a promo code with the D as well. If you go into NYE Volkswagen and mention the D, $250 off any vehicle purchase.
That's some good cheddar right there.
That's pretty cool, man. It's
know
like
what I mean?
shaving off the tax.
Nah, not tad.
Well, a little bit of
Well,
tax.
that's a lot of oil changes, and
There you go.
250 bones. That's a lot of fish.
It's wear and tear.
know?
Thanks, Charlie.
Some good bananas over there.
If you're interested in buying a Volkswagen, they got some really cool stuff. You can check out their inventory at NYEVWofRome.com. Also, love and respect out to my man Eddie at EJA Moving Company, the professional movers. If you're looking to move and move out of your house or move your office or move your business, whatever, call up Eddie today at 315-335-0516. He packs up all your stuff. He lifts all your stuff. The guy's amazing.
Stuff you don't want to do.
You don't even have to do anything.
You know
all you
what a
have
lot
to do
of
is
people-
point. I want that. Put that in the truck, that over there. And Eddie's and all his boys are on top of it.
A lot of people don't realize that when they're moving, like relocating for jobs and whatnot, a lot of businesses pay for this.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So that's good. Call up Eddie.
Call up Eddie. Eddie
Your
is the
stuff
man.
will be safe.
And if you're online, hit them up at ejamoving.com. And yesterday we made the announcement we're celebrating our 2-year anniversary here at the D. It's happening February 9th at Wakely, 700 Varick Street, my old stomping grounds at the electric company. Another EC reunion party, if you will. It's happening February 9th. I'm excited because we're bringing in Sophista Funk. You know Sophistafunk?
No.
Great band. Jack Brown was in here yesterday.
Oh, that's that dude who was here yesterday?
Incredible.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Great band, doing big things.
What was the announcement he was going to make? I was on set yesterday.
This is it.
That's it.
I'm announcing it again. I'm going
That's
to be
awesome.
announcing it every day till February 9th
Awesome.
of our anniversary party. 2-year anniversary at the D. And Sophistafunk, Ease Beats, and Bizz on hand. We're going to have food, giveaways. We're going to do live podcasting.
I'm coming.
Also, we're presenting the Disruption Awards.
Ooh.
We got a couple awards we're giving away.
That's awesome.
And pretty soon on the website, we're going to put up our Viewers' Choice Awards, if
Are they
you
like
will.
the Dundies? You ever watch The Office? They do the Dundee Awards.
The Dundee Awards?
So fun.
We should call these the Durr Awards for the D.
I
Anyways,
love it.
we're going to be putting up a poll up on our website really, really soon, and you guys can go in and vote, and we're going to give some love to our listeners, man, and the people that have helped us out along the way. It's all going down at Wakely's February 9th, starting around 7 o'clock. Come celebrate 2 years of existence of the D, man. Can't believe it. It's been 2 years. It goes by like that, bro.
I know, right?
Goes by like that. Check out Sophistafunk, though, man. The great band. Awesome, awesome, awesome band. If everybody could do us a favor, too, click the share button, get the word out there of Deep Vapors, and help us spread the word of the D. You can also listen to this podcast and previous podcasts of EC Radio and all the content we have here on the D at DisruptionNetwork.net. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Twitch, and we're pretty much on all the social media platforms, so it would help us out a lot. And give us a 5-star rating on Apple iTunes podcast, please. That would be great.
Me? I'll do it.
No, you would, brother. No, you would.
Anything for you. You guys
I
know.
value our friendship, my friend. And like I said, man, you got anything that goes on, please keep us in the loop. And if you want us to bitch at WKTV, we'll probably do that too.
Trust me. They're afraid of me. They actually, before we close, the talk at noon or whatever.
Yeah.
They
News
said,
talk.
Yeah, news talk. They said, will you come back after the band? They don't want me talking before they do the band. They want my reaction after they fuck my business over. I might do it. Everybody's warning me not to do it, but it's going to be the first. They're going to pull the plug.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to go to like the rainbow screen because I'm going to call them all douchebags on the air. I'm going to call them what they are on the air. So you twist shit, you do this, that. So yeah, they're going to pull the plug. So yeah, fuck KTV.
And we'll leave it on that note. We'll see you tomorrow, people.
You know what the hell you're listening to?
It's EC Radio.
Never you mind what I'm making. You should spend some time taking a personal inventory of what you're doing for the betterment of society.
EC Radio.
Only on the D.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at NYE Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my NYE VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyevwofrome.com.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when 3 top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
The Disruption Network is making moves. For upcoming events, news, interviews, and new daily programming, keep in the loop with us at DisruptionNetwork.net. Like, follow, and subscribe to all our social media. And check out all our podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Get up on the D, DisruptionNetwork.net. Only on the D.